Hello everyone, my name is Blue Raven 666 and today we are pitting two of Hell's most powerful demons together and trying to determine who would win in a fight, Alastor or Vox. For those who might not be familiar, allow me to introduce you. Vox, aka the TV demon, just like Alastor, is a powerful overlord in Hell. I've seen a lot of debate as to whether Vox was actually a TV or a computer, but I believe even Vivzipop says he's a TV demon. The reason people have been so mixed up about this is because of the Wi-Fi symbols that are on Vox's hat and shirt. But he's a TV, and there's a reason for this. Vox supposedly likes to keep up to date with the latest technology, and he's basically the opposite of Alastor in that regard. Both characters are very charismatic and showman-like, but Alastor detests the technological advances that came about after his death in 1933. So, Vox is a smart TV. Who'da thunk it? Seeing how it is we've only seen Vox in a handful of cameos, we don't know very much about him. The biggest piece of information that we do have, however, is that Vox and Alastor are bitter enemies, and for the stupidest reason. Remember how I said Vox likes to keep up to date with the latest technology and Alastor doesn't? Behold, the reason why Vox and Al are rivals. And thus what inspired me to cover this theory, because it's driving me up the fucking wall. Knowing that Vox and Alastor are rivals, and knowing Al's reputation for toppling other demon overlords, I couldn't help but ask myself, if Alastor detests Vox so much, why hasn't he killed him yet? If you guys recall, in my Alastor Axeman theory video, I mentioned that Alastor isn't the type to be reckless, and I believe it's this reason alone that explains why Vox hasn't been plunged into the void yet. Alastor knows his limits. He knows when an opponent will be too much for him to handle, and he isn't the type to put himself into a situation where he could be seriously hurt or killed. My guess is that he's keeping a fair distance away from Vox because Vox is just that powerful. It could be that Alastor is waiting until he's confident in his ability to defeat Vox before he makes any sort of move against him. But since, the plague is happening outside of everybody's house right now, let's say all hell breaks loose. Let's say Alastor and Vox are squaring up. These two are about to fight. Who would still be standing once the dust settles? When we take a look at both characters, both demons seem to have their own advantages and disadvantages that would play a part in their fighting strategies. Despite what little we know about Vox, being up to date in technology would definitely be one of his stronger assets. Much like in today's world, access to whatever information he needs is practically right at his fingertips. Supposedly, electrical interference is one of his abilities, meaning if Vox were to get worked up, Hell would be plunged into a worldwide blackout. But I'm still not sure if that specific piece of information has been confirmed by Vivzipop and Honeycast or not. The part where Vox is at a disadvantage would be in terms of experience. Having died in the 1950s, Vox could be less experienced than Alastor, given that he hasn't been in Hell nearly as long. Is it possible for him to work around this? Probably. But if I were Vox, that fact alone would keep me on my guard. Moving on to Alastor, the radio demon definitely has quite a few odds working in his favor as well, the biggest one being experience. Having died in 1933, Alastor easily has at least 17 years more experience than Vox when it comes to surviving and climbing up the food chain in Hell. Having defeated overlords that had been in power centuries before he was even born, Alastor definitely has a considerable amount of power at his disposal. Alastor is so powerful, in fact, that he has earned the respect of Lucifer himself. Now that is saying something. I'm not going to be one to say that Alastor and Lucifer are close friends, but when the power you wield is enough to earn you a nod of respect from the King of Hell himself, you know you got something. But as I said earlier, Alastor might be at a disadvantage to Vox in regards to technology. If Al is able to broadcast his messages throughout hell via the radio, who's to say Vox can't do the same with TVs, computers, cell phones, and anything else that gets a wireless connection? And who's to say that Vox wouldn't be able to interfere with Alastor's own broadcasts as well? While Alastor is able to use blood magic, manipulate shadows, create portals, and summon fire, if the infamous radio demon hasn't taken out his biggest rival by now, who's to say Vox doesn't possess the same kind of powers? Taking all factors into consideration, who do I think would win in a fight between Alastor and Vox if all hell were to break loose between them right now? Honestly, I'm leaning towards Vox. Again, not much is known about him really, as we really haven't seen him in action on screen, and not much has been given to us from Viv or Honeycast that I know of so far. But I'm sure if Alastor wanted to take Vox out and wasn't worried about losing to him, Vox would most likely already be dead. More than that, he'd be double dead. But seriously though, conflicting opinions on technological preferences? You boys are petty as fuck. Kiss and make up. That's all for this video, you guys. Thank you for watching. Truth be told, I actually like Vox's character design, and I'm looking forward to seeing just how much power and influence he has in the series. I just want to let you guys know that even with all the craziness that's happening in the world right now, I, myself, am safe. I'm healthy. Everyone I know is still healthy. So we're doing all right over here. I hope you all are staying safe out there, and if you're stuck inside because of a lockdown, I hope my videos give you something to look forward to every couple of days. My name is Blue Raven 666, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.